What's up, guys? My name is Matt, and here's the thing. I've had quite a few subs ask me my opinion on the quote-unquote dislocked content versus downloadable content debate. Now, this debate has been a debate between players on whether the DLC was finished before the release of Destiny or if it was finished after the release of Destiny. But before we jump into that whole debate, let me explain the difference between dislocked content and downloadable content. Imagine this being Destiny, or the disc of Destiny, and I know it's not hard to imagine that considering it is the Destiny disc case, but that's beside the point. Let's talk about dislocked content first. Dislocked content is where developers would finish an expansion before the release of the game, and then move it metaphorically off to the side, and then put a lock on it, basically preventing you from accessing it until they decide to release it. This is generally looked at by the community as a money grab. It puts a bad name on a company, and people start assuming that they're just money hungry and they don't give a shit about the community. Now, let's go back and, again, imagine this being the disc, and let's talk about the other possibility of downloadable content. Downloadable content is the exact opposite. Developers release the game and either begin development or finish development on future content. And to use a similar metaphor as before, they release the game and put a wall up and say, this content is coming, but it's not done, so you can't do it yet. Now, I've done a ton of videos on areas that are either in the Dark Below currently or are speculated to be at the House of Wolves. I have a video on the Jovian Complex. I have a video on the Seraphim Vault. I have a video on what I thought was House of Wolves area that turned out to be a Dark Below mission. I have a video on the King's Watch. These videos were released on October 3rd, October 5th, October 14th, and October 15th in 2014. Hey, you. Yeah, you, guy, distracted, not listening to me fully, now that I have your attention that was typed in the comments. I know you. I know you're there. I'm certain you were either typing or at least thinking, see, this proves it's dislocked content. It's been in the game since October. See, Bungie's a guard company. Fuck Destiny. Did your comment look something like this? Fantastic. Hold the fuck on. My opinion on the matter is that, in fact, it is downloadable content. But it's downloadable content done right. It's not. I repeat, it is not dislocked content. But Matt, you just said you did these videos in October. How could it not be dislocked content if it was already the game? Imagine it this way. Here's Destiny. New, shiny, ready to be your favorite game of all time, and you're getting ready to stand in line on September 9th or download it onto your console or however you obtain the game. Doesn't matter. Now back at Bungie, they're working hard to expand on this game, but also release it tomorrow. Remember, it's September 8th. We're pretending right now. Now, in hindsight, with all these glitches, people think Bungie just put the 2 expansions on the disc, shipped it with a lock on it. Here's how I see it, how I think it actually happened and how it's happening now, and why I think it is downloadable content and that Bungie isn't money hungry, but instead they're creating a game over time that will be amazing at the end of a 10-year contract they have set in place. I think they developed Destiny slowly over time. Specifically, they started around May of 2012. At least that's when the contract between Activision and Bungie was released. Then somewhere before September 9th, we'll say, I don't know, somewhere in 2014, we'll say January because fuck it, they began development on both the Dark Below and the House of Wolves, with a focus on Dark Below because they're going to release that first. Then, on September 9th, we have a completed game. Well, I use the word completed, or the word and the term completed loosely because Destiny isn't completed and it won't be done for 10 years. Now, I hope with the way I'm portraying this on the screen, with the slowly becoming a development, moving upwards thing, you can pick up the fact that parts of the DLC were done at this point, and this point theoretically being somewhere in September. This is why we had access to these areas. This is why we could go to the Jovian Complex. This is why we could go to the area that is the Siege of the Warmind in the Seraphim Vault. This is why we could do the Awakening and get into that area that was part of the Dark Below that I thought was House of Wolves. These areas were being patched in slowly. This led to a smooth expansion when December 9th rolled around. Because when December 9th rolled around, Bungie had been patching it in, so boom, we have the Dark Below. And at the time, as you can see, House of Wolves is still being developed. Like I said, House of Wolves is still being developed, and this is why things are showing up in the Destiny database over time. This is why we know about the exotics in the House of Wolves. This is why we know the mission names for the House of Wolves. This is why we know the boss names for the House of Wolves, or at least the majors in the missions. Because over time, they're developing Destiny expansions. They aren't dislocked. At least that's how I see it. Because come March 10th, at least based on the leak that I did a video on, House of Wolves will be completed. And I bet at that point, we'll start seeing other things from future expansions showing up in the game or in the database. Now, I could be dead wrong. Bungie could be sitting in their headquarters and stumble upon this video and be laughing because I'm completely wrong. And it is dislocked content. I don't know. They're doing it while they roll around in their giant pit of money they've gotten from stupid people like us who think they are constantly working on it and it is downloadable when in fact it is dislocked. Who knows? But my opinion, it's downloadable content done right. I truly think it is downloadable content, and until proven otherwise, that's where I stand. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm done ranting. I'll see you guys tomorrow.